Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Reed College's version of the royal wedding. So I guess that would make me, let's see, I was going to say the Archbishop of Canterbury, but that's not right. No, I guess that would make me Queen Elizabeth. Actually, when you think about it, the analogy really isn't that far-fetched. Like the Queen, I am the ceremonial figurehead of a realm over which I have absolutely no control. Like Her Majesty, I am sort of a mother figure to a large, sometimes dysfunctional family whose members' misbehavior seems to be an object of endless media fascination. And like the Queen, I think I really do look pretty good in pink, don't you think? So, speaking of royalty, I've also been paying a lot of attention lately to Donald Trump. So much so, in fact, that we decided to make an important change in this year's commencement ceremony. Instead of handing out diplomas, we're handing out birth certificates. I mean, it is called commencement after all. The only problem is that you, the graduates, will have to wait another 21 years before you can drink legally. But hey, that never stopped you before, did it? So in thinking about the soupçon of advice that I would try to impart to the graduates of 2011, by far the greatest class that has ever graduated this year, I decided to take my theme from what I consider to be the greatest of musical compositions for a graduation ceremony. Now, I'm not talking about Sir Edward Elgar's Pomp and Circumstances March, nor am I talking about Johannes Brahms' Academic Festival Overture. I'm talking about Paul McCartney's song, You Never Give Me Your Money, which, as I remember well, was released in the Abbey Road album, which I still think is the best Beatles album, but it was released in 1969, which means that I was just a little bit older than most of you are now. Horrifying to think about. So at least your grandparents will remember this. By the way, I know I'm getting old when even your parents look young. I guess I have that in common with Queen Elizabeth also. Anyway, there's a stanza in McCartney's song that goes like this. Out of college, money spent, see no future, pay no rent. All the money's gone, nowhere to go. But oh, that magic feeling, nowhere to go. Yeah, so. Now, of course, the all the money's gone part applies to your parents. But I want to focus today on the oh, that magic feeling, nowhere to go part. Yes, oh, that magic feeling, nowhere to go. You will wake up tomorrow, maybe in the morning, and have nowhere to go. For the first time in a long time, you won't need to race across campus balancing a bagel and a cup of coffee late to class. You won't need to head off to the laboratory to run one more gel or to trudge to the library to confront that stack of unread books. No need to think about planning your costume for the fetish ball or jockeying for position at the scrounge table. Oh, that magic feeling, nowhere to go. There is magic in having nowhere to go, literally, having nothing you have to do. It is the kind of magic that opens clogged neural pathways to receive inspiration, perhaps even a glimpse of the truth. This, I suspect, is what T.S. Eliot was referring to in his poem Burnt Norton, when he wrote, "At the still point of the turning world, neither flesh nor fleshless, neither from nor towards. At the still point, there the dance is. The inner freedom from the practical desire, the release from action and suffering, release from the inner and the outer compulsion, yet surrounded by a grace of sense, a white light still and moving." I love that phrase, a grace of sense. I always want to read it as a sense of grace. That, of course, is what the Archbishop of Canterbury would read. But no, Eliot meant what he said. A grace of sense. The grace that comes when your senses are fully alive. And that's what you have right now. In this, our centennial year, we celebrate many people who have made Reed great. One of them, surely, is Lloyd Reynolds, the great Reed professor, calligrapher, and humanist. There's an exhibition in the Cooley Gallery on Reynolds' life and work, and if you have time, you really should go to see it. The program for that exhibition contains this quotation from Reynolds' 1968 commencement address. "By developing all of our potentialities, we might become human. We might even learn to let go, to ride the flux as plants do. Change being what it is, we are going to lose everything anyhow, so what do we have to lose? Why don't we then drop the hostilities and just live? The whole universe is at our doorstep. All we have to do is open the door." Well, Reynolds understood magic, and through his work he made magic. And through his teachings and his example, he inspired hundreds of Reedies and Portlanders to make magic. So, to the class of 2011, welcome to a magical moment in your overprogrammed lives. Moments like this come along all too rarely. A window opens. The universe opens up. At the still point of the turning world. You have such a moment now. It will not last. The window will close. You will again have somewhere to go, I promise you. You will soon enough feel the tug of the inner and the outer compulsion. Hostilities, or at least anxieties, will return. But for now, for that fleeting moment, enjoy the magic, relish it, and pass it on. Thank you.